All right, good morning, wherever you may be listening or watching this video. Welcome to Mr. Curtis's video on navigating the Envision Savvis Math for the home study portion. I hope that you find this video useful. As always, you can just pause, rewind. But again, I just wanted to set the table and understand, get us all on a level foot on what we need to turn in, where you can access the information, and much, much more. So without further ado, let's get started. So the Envision, 7th grade here, and the 8th grade Savvis Math home study support is for you, just to make sure we all know exactly what we're grading, what we're signing, and what do we turn in, and how to access that information. So if I'm thinking about this, I'm going, okay, what do I have to do as a homeschool parent? So what I'll do is, first off, is in Canvas, you will find this summary sheet. I also gave this to the students on Tuesday, the 22nd. But these summary sheets are given to kids and found in Canvas so that you can understand and check off all the deliverables that you need to do. And as you do them, and then you could just turn in this work into me. You can take screenshots of this page and all of these pages and put them in Canvas. Or I would say, let's have you just staple them and turn them in this order on the summary sheet. And so let's jump right in, right? So the first thing we do in math is we're going to follow the first square, and that's going to be teaching the lesson. So 7th and 8th grade this week, we're doing 2-2, and that includes the blue tabbed examples. And here's the page numbers you can find them, right? And again, we're talking about in their soft cover math book. Did you watch the virtual nerd videos? Did the kids do the homework? Did you grade it? So let's say that James got 10 out of 12. So the parent would go ahead and put 10 out of 12 on the summary sheet. And after the homework and after the videos, you're going to go through the lesson quiz and you're going to grade them. And I'll show you where to find those in just a moment. But let's say James got a 4 out of 5. And again, you are grading those and you're putting the scores on the summary sheet and the task itself. Now, the post-quiz task is all based on how they did here. So for kids that did not do very well, let's say they got 1 out of 5, they would do the I level work, which is intervention. If they scored about half right, maybe more, then maybe they do the O or on level version. And if they really did a great job, it came easy to them, you might choose the A assignment, which is the advanced. And then you would grade that. So let's say James got a 5 out of 5 on the on level. And then any notes that you might have for me or for your child, you can write them on the summary sheet here. All right. So let's go ahead and look at what do we do next, right? So we're going to go into Canvas and we're going to really look for the course calendar. So go into Canvas in math for your child's grade, and then you'll see the course calendar. So this week happens to be this week down here. So you can see this is what I do on campus. And then the home study stuff is at the end of the week, right? So that's what you're doing right here. Next, you can also find the book online if you want to have some of the instruction read to the kids and have online. It's basically just everything you see online. And the virtual nerd videos are in here. But what I would do as a parent is, even though I have the summary sheet, I'm going to click on that. Then I'm going to click on the home study math page so you can get the exact page, everything that you need in Canvas. And you can kind of see kind of what I've already been saying, but everything's in there. And you can also find the summary sheet copy if you want another one. The lesson quizzes for all of Unit 2, so from 2-1 to the end. The quiz keys where you'll go to click on and get the to be able to grade. These AIO are your how they did on the quiz, and these are the activities that you're doing with your child for that. At the bottom, you can also find the post-quiz keys. So you find the enrichment. This is the letter A. This one here is going to be the I, the intervention, and over here is the on level. And so for all that, you can find that in the page, right? In the 2-2 and 2-4, 2-6. And again, this is what the parents are teaching as part of the math curriculum in Canvas. So let's go ahead and go back to this. So let's say that we are in the we are in the book, and so now you open up and you want to watch the virtual nerd videos. So you click on the virtual nerd videos, and you might click on this weekly activity video. And I think it's a great idea for students to watch the video with their parents, perhaps, especially if you haven't done this math in a while. Take notes and really be engaged in how do you solve, building those ideas for formulas, right? And showing maybe multiple ways in which to solve. So those virtual nerd videos typically come in the middle somewhere, or maybe at the end, or maybe a little bit everywhere. So that's where you can find the virtual nerd videos, right? So then you're going to go ahead, once you've done the lessons with the examples in the soft cover book, then you will assign the homework page. That's going to be page 99 and 100 this week, right? And so your kid's job is to complete the homework. Now, again, when you're at home study, you can go along and help solve with your child. You can choose to do that way. This is your program, so you do what you want with this. And so you need to sign and you need to grade the home study work. And so you can find the keys back in that Canvas page at the bottom. You can click on the link to find out what the actual answers are, and you'll compare the answers to their answers and then give them the correct scoring. You'll take this 10 out of 12 and you'll also put it on the summary sheet right here, 10 out of 12. So that homework is again, it's more of a practice. So many families, if they choose to just work along with their child, completely up to you. One strategy that's not okay is just letting them copy the keys into the book. That's obviously not going to do them any favors. So these are your homework pages. They're always called the practice and problem solving. And so here you can tell it's two sides. And if you were going to staple, this is where you are going to gently tear these pages out and you'll put it into the packet right behind this summary page. So let's say you've already done the homework and now it's time for the lesson quiz. So your lesson quiz is, if you got the hard copy, it is inside the packet, or you can go back to that page and you can find your home study math. So if I don't have the quiz, or if my student lost it, I can go ahead and click on the unit quizzes, and you can choose to print these quizzes out if you want. And again, I put the whole lesson in there. So for 2-2, you can have your child look at the screen and use paper, pencil, and create a quiz that way. If you're running out of ink, that's totally fine. Just have the kids show their work. But that's where the lesson quiz is. So when they're done with the lesson quiz, you would again sign it, make sure they write their name, and put the score. And again, where do you find where would you find the keys? You go back into that activity page, the 2-2, right? And again, you will find the lesson keys down here. Okay? So you then would decide, okay, what kind of grade did my student get? So this case, James did really well. So I'm going to choose to give him the on-level assessment, or not the assessment, but the on-level task, the post-quiz task. Well, this one might be his. And so again, this is where you're interactive with your child. You're reading it with them, you're going over it with them. You can help them as much as you want. It's up to you. You can guide them. But this is really where you can tell your students where their skills are. And so after you're done, you would then grade it and just go ahead and put their score at the top. Pardon me there, right? And then you got that 4 out of 5. And then you go ahead and put that 4 out of 5 in the summary sheet here, right? So now, or 5 out of 5, whatever the score would be here. And so these are the things that we need to see, and they're going to be stapled in this order. And so the final part is the keys. You can find the lesson keys for the post quiz in Canvas again. I'll go back, and you can find those assessments here based on how well you did. Again, A is advanced. They got most of them or all of them right. On level, let's say on the lesson quiz, they got about half. And the I for intervention is if they got most of them wrong. And so down here you can see that I have screenshots of all of those. The enrichment is A, right? And it'll match the actual task that you're doing. And here's just an extra one, so no need for that one. But those are where you can find everything for the home study math. And so I guess the final thing would be is when you get all of this done, making sure that your child staples everything in the correct order. So this will be the front page, followed by this homework page, then the lesson quiz, the actual quiz with the grade on it, and the post-quiz task. And what Mr. Curtis will do, what I'll do, is I will then use this sheet, I'll take a look at the other sheets, and then I will go into Canvas and give them their score. So for this week, the total score would be 12 plus 5 plus 4, so that would be 1721. And so this child, if this was their scores, they would get, 19 out of 21? And that's the score that you would see me put in to Canvas. So I hope this video has been informative. Hopefully it's kind of erased some assumptions that you have. As always, you can reach out to me, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to help. And it's really important just to remember that the harder you work at home with your child, the more math they learn, and then the easier the math is going to be when I get them on Monday when we do the on-campus version. Anything that I assign and I do in class, I grade. Anything you teach at home, like this, reading, composition, spelling, sometimes root, sometimes IEW, that's graded by you. And then you turn it in and I put the grades in Canvas. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it erased some fears that you might have. And as always, reach out with any questions. And again, as always, go Ducks. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.